if you're feeling very discouraged about this election, if you're feeling very uncertain about our country, God is in control. Jesus is our Messiah, not Kamala, not Donald J. Trump. What's good, y'all? It's your main man, Alwin Easy, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Please subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, all that good YouTube stuff. And if you're back, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the elephant in the room. We just had our big elections here in America, in the United States. And so, let's talk about it. So, some of you may be very ecstatic right now. Some of you may be extremely devastated. Regardless of how you fall on the political spectrum, I just want to offer some hope today and just let you know that regardless of who wins an election, regardless of who is placed in power, God is always in control, right? He's always in control. And so as believers, I want for us to not get roped up in the division that I see is intentionally being put on our country to divide and conquer us and to destabilize the power that America has as a nation, as a strong nation, as a place that the world looks to for leadership. And right now, we're in a place right now where we're not the strongest to be coming up against, simply because we're so divided. God said in his word that like a kingdom divided amongst itself will not stand. You know what I mean? There's this idea of like when you break people up or you divide them or you cause dissension so that they're not in agreement, so they're not in one accord, it's very easy to do what you will with these people. And they're not going to come at you or resist because there's no strength in numbers, because they're already divided. That's a very good tactic of the enemy. And I see that he's done a lot of that in our nation, where so many ideologies and political thoughts are propagated through the media and all kinds of other messaging. It's very hard for somebody to just get through this without being influenced or swayed a certain kind of way. So with that being said, when you're coming across debates or conversations surrounding this presidency, surrounding this election, I want to warn you that it's no surprise that it's going to feel contentious. It's no surprise that there may be strife in the midst of those conversations that are being had. And I want to let you know that that is by design. And if you feel weird about that, then it's okay. It's because it is weird. And if you don't feel weird about that, or you're just going along with it, I'm here to tell you, you are playing into the hands of the enemy. The enemy wants you to be arguing with people who you don't agree with. The enemy wants you to cut off people who may have a different worldview from you. The enemy will give you so much. It's a jet. This happens when you live next to an Air Force base. But this is the thing that happens when you're able to have the enemy divide like that. So when you go into those conversations and you see people that are about to tear off each other's neck, understand that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. There is the enemy that is causing division, the enemy that's causing people to have, as I was stating before, that confirmation bias, so that the things that they believe in are coddled in their own little microcosms, and the people who disagree with them, they're gonna rally together. And so it creates this balkanization. You know what I mean? People just gang up and they go against one another when we're supposed to be one. That is the plan of the enemy. And regardless if Kamala got in there or if Donald Trump is now the president, all we're charged to do as Christians is to pray for our leadership. We gotta pray for our leadership. Let's look at some scriptures right now that I feel are very relevant and very important for us to be reminded of and reflect on in this time where we're changing our leadership at the top. And so this is our responsibility as Christians. So we see here in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 1 to 2, it states here, I urge then, first of all, that petitions, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgiving be made for all people, for kings and all those in authority, that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all goodness and holiness. This is God's choice. to put whoever he puts in power at that point. All we're supposed to do is to pray, intercede for that person, send up petitions for God to really allow that person who's in that authority to thrive the best for the Commonwealth, to thrive the best for the people that he's put over or she's put over. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very important that we pray for our leadership as opposed to just bash them or try to assassinate them. We need to be praying for the grace of God to be working in their life, no matter what your party you are, whatever it is. If that person is leading, you need to be seeking for God to be moving in their heart. That's what we're charged with. Here in Hebrews 13:17, it says, obey your leaders and submit to them, for they keep watch over your souls as those who give an account. Let them do this with joy and not with grief, for this would be unprofitable for you. So this is just saying that the leaders that God's put over us, God put that order of authority for a reason. So we need to submit and obey to our leadership. Now, this is not to say that we're just supposed to just accept any and everything, you know what I mean, in the face of the earth, and just like, that's just okay, you know? If God puts a leader in place, God's doing a thing there. And so we are supposed to honor our leadership and submit to them because God placed them in those positions. You know? Do so with the confidence that the Lord is working in that. It's hard for people in the Christian faith sometimes to get that verse. A lot of times it's hard to submit, especially to a candidate that you don't like or that goes against some of your personal beliefs, politics, and ideologies. But this is saying, regardless of that, we're to obey our leaders. They are charged over us from God. We are to obey the laws of the land and those things that are in it while we're in that land, you know? Let's look at another verse here. This is in Psalm 22:27-28. It says, all the ends of the earth will remember and turn to the Lord, and all the families of the nations will bow down before him, for dominion belongs to the Lord, and he rules over the nations. This is telling you that God is in control of the leadership of nations. God rules the nations of the world. He has dominion. All dominion belongs to the Lord. And so if he's charging somebody to rule over or to lead in a jurisdiction, the Lord put that in place. God is the one who has dominion over this stuff. So God entrusted to that person. That is why it's not for us to personally deal with whatever that person is. We are to take it to God, for God who gave this person this power, gave this person this position to work in them. That's what those scriptures are saying. And that also takes a burden away from us, that we are not bogged down by feeling like we are so in control, or even that person who's the leader is so in control. It's not us. It's not even that leader. It's God that's allowing this show to run. So we should intercede because we have power. It's saying intercession means that you can get in there and do something to intercede it. God is saying that we literally have the power to send up prayers, send up positions that affect real things that happen in the world, real things that happen with leadership. That's what this is saying. That's literally what this is saying in 1 Timothy chapter 2. So with that, if you're discouraged right now that Donald Trump is the leader, take it to God. Have him work on your heart and bring it to God, that God will work on Donald Trump's heart to be the right leader for our nation, to be somebody who is God-fearing, to turn from his prideful ways and to go to the way of the Lord fully, fully, fully. If you're somebody that is happy that Donald Trump is in office, continuously pray for him, that he makes those right decisions. Pray that he will continuously seek the Lord. Pray that God will soften his heart. You know, we have what we have right now. If you want Kamala to get into office and she's not there right now, seek God to pray that he will work on your heart even with that. And he'll give you peace. He'll give you understanding. He'll give you solace. He'll give you support and hope. This election is not supposed to be a doomsday thing for America. This is another election cycle. There are high stakes in it, but the Lord has spoken, and the Lord will continue to speak, and the Lord is continuously in control. So that's my main encouragement for you today, if you're feeling very discouraged about this election, if you're feeling very uncertain about our country, God is in control. Jesus is our Messiah, not Kamala, not Donald J. Trump. Our leadership is placed in place by God, and we are to honor it as such. But keep God in his place as the ruler of all of this. All of this dominion is his. He is in control. He is making decisions. None of these things are caught unaware for him, to him. So with that being said, be encouraged, have faith, ponder over these scriptures, and really do that. Pray for your leadership. Anywhere you are, even if you're not in America, pray for the people who are over your jurisdiction, because there's spiritual implications of that, because God places any person in power in that place. And there's spiritual aspects of that. And God is telling us literally to pray, to intercede, because that's the way that God has intended for it for his people and the authority that he places over them. It's a relational thing with God, the people, and the leader. So if you're having an issue with the leader, take it up with God and continue to be prayerfully steadfast for that person and for your nation. Hope this was good. I hope this was encouraging. If y'all have any questions, please leave it in the comments. If y'all just have any gripes or if you have any encouragements about the election right now, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Until next time, peace.